Good morning, everyone. This is Leslie Pogue, your Chief Happy Officer. Yay! Welcome to our Hear Your Truth Tuesday. And today we are going to be talking about preparing for your future self. I always write notes on my mirror. Some people use stickies and some people use different things, but I use that marker that people write on the back of their cars and stuff when there's a graduation or people are getting married or all of that. Those are really great to use on your mirror in your bathroom. So I like to leave positive messages. And one of the messages I have on there is what you do today is for your 55-year-old self, right? I'm 53 now. And actually, when I wrote it, I think I was 51 or 52, actually. So I say all that to say this. The things you do today, while they do benefit you today, they're really for your future self, i.e. savings, planning for a home, retirement, kids, college, just comfort, just a basic general lifestyle. All these things don't happen right away, right? It takes time to build them, to get them stable and consistent. So the things you're doing today will determine what that looks like in the future. The future that's a week ago, a month ago, a week later, a month later, to years later. So I like to break up life into like two different buckets. It's a very generalized way of breaking it up, and it's not scientific, but it helps my brain. And so when you think about your life, you think about your first 30 and your second 30, right? 20 to 50. And so much happens during that time because, of course, your teen years feed into the 20. And usually if you do go directly to college, that's also your college years. But just in general, from 20 to 50, I'm a new adult, right? I am fresh in the world. I'm on my own. I'm learning my identity. I'm doing all the things I want to do. I'm stretching the boundaries of my freedom. I might be starting a family. I might be starting a career. I might be doing both. I might be traveling the world. So many potential things happen during that first 30 years. And if you are the type of young person, and I say young person, when I say young person, I mean like teen to mid to late 20s, who actually can imagine your second 30 future, like your retirement type future, and you start putting money aside, you start investing and all that. You are so far ahead of the game. Oh my gosh, amazing. Which if you can, you should do that. But if you started later, you lose a few points because I'm one of those people too. But but it's never too late. It's never too late to plan. It's never too late to start thinking about that. So I think about it 20 to 50 and then 50 to 80, right? So your life changes, your body changes, especially as women, our body changes, our whole lifestyle changes after 50. It's kind of weird. It almost happens overnight. You won't know it until you get there, but trust me, actually 40 and 50, and probably 60 too, I'm not there yet, but each decade you can really see a difference in your life, in your body, in how you think about life, in the things that are happening around you. People, when you're younger, more people are getting married. When you get older, more people are passing on. So it does something to our brain that really makes us think about our own mortality, our own life, our own pleasures, all of the things that we said or say we want and have or haven't done kind of comes to light in those times. So that's why, to me, it's easy to break it down 30 and 30, your first 30 and your second 30, right? So a great way to figure out what's working for you and not working for you necessarily at this stage in your life, whatever that is a life wheel. Now, you can go to my website at www.lpspeak.com, or rather email me or whatever, contact me and let me know you'd like a copy of it. I will try to put a copy on as a resource on my website. I can't promise you that though right away because I'm building all my resources right now. So bear with me. And that's going to be one of them. But you can also Google a life wheel. They're out there. They all pretty much work the same. And basically, what it is, it's a wheel that has numbers on different areas of your life from 1 to 10. And you should rate how well you're doing currently, not how you wish to be doing, but how you're actually currently doing on a scale of 1 to 10. And then you shade it in, and it kind of gives you a visual of the areas that probably need a little bit more attention right now. And if it's hard for you to know, I mean, I think it's good to have a visual anyway, even if you have a grasp of what's going on. It's always good to have a visual. Plus, it's a little fun, like you're coloring in, and it's just an activity. You know what I mean? So it's something you can do that gives you a real clear picture of where you're currently sitting as far as your life goals. The second thing is, and you may have heard me say this before, is to do a 1, 3, 5, and 10-year plan. Now, 1, 3, and 5, 1 and 3 for sure. 5 and 10 is a lot broader, and everyone can't really look that far ahead. I encourage you to try, though. I mean, and have fun with it. Do not put any limitations. Dream big. I mean, if you want to play at Carnegie Hall in the next 5 years, then put that on the list. You know what I mean? Make a picture, make it into a vision board, however you need to do it to make it fun. But create that 1, 3, 5, and 10-year plan, because again, it gives you a visual, it gets your brain really thinking through what you feel is going to bring you joy, what you want your life to look like in the future. And it really helps you start thinking toward that, because once you start thinking about it and writing it down, it becomes actionable. As long as it's just marinating in your brain, it's just an idea, it's just a plan. But a plan has nowhere to go unless you like put it down on paper, make a picture of it, start putting action behind it. And so if you see that in front of you, it will constantly remind you. That's why vision boards are successful. When a vision board is in front of you, whether you realize it or not, it's going into your subconscious, which means that your actions start to go in the direction of what your eyes and your brain is telling you that you actually want. It's one of those things that, and there's science behind it and all that, but we're not going to get into that today. But it does put action behind your plans. So think about that. Do a 1, 3, 5, and 10-year plan. And again, it can be as basic or as fun and colorful and picturesque as you want. Just have fun with it. The last thing I would recommend is to educate yourself on, first of all, finances. So many of us don't really know how money works. I'm still learning, and I'm, like I said, 53 years old. It's still, not one of those things I like to do. Most of us, some of you are probably like, yeah, no, me too. Oh, I hate it. But it is important to know the basics. So educate yourself on finances and stock a little bit, just so you kind of understand how it works, because there is a system to money, which is interesting. I never thought there was years ago, but there is. And then also think about what it's going to take to do the things you want to do. Like if you want to play at Carnegie Hall in 5 years, but you haven't picked up a violin or an instrument ever, well, you can still put that on the list, because that's not to say that you still can't end up at Carnegie Hall. You don't have to be a professional to end up at Carnegie Hall, just planting that seed. But you probably do need to pick up whatever instrument it is, probably today or at some point in the future, to get to the point where you are a part of an organization, a group, a fundraiser, a community, something that could possibly land you at Carnegie Hall in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So think about what you need to do, what you want to do. My mom used to always say to me, you know what you want to do, and you know what you need to do it. Right? So find out what you want to do and do what you need to do it. Take another class, get another degree, spend some quiet time learning about your mental illness, all of that. Just whatever it is you need to prepare you for the future you envision for yourself. Start taking those actions today. Now that said, it could be a little frustrating because just like with weight loss and all these things that we really want to fix today, right now, it takes time to see it, and that can get disappointing. So I always recommend to have little treats and rewards along the way so that you recognize, milestones. What defines success? What tells you that, hey, even though it doesn't feel like it, even though I don't see it, it is still working. Have someone accountable with you, like share it with like your best bud or your family, or do it as a family unit, whatever it is. But prepare for the future you want. Don't let your future happen to you. Life is random. So there are going to be things that just happen that we don't plan for anyway. So take control of the things you can take control of. And the most you can do is have a vision and a plan, someplace you want to get to, where you want to retire, where you want to have another business, whatever it is you want to do. Plan that ahead. And I say 1, 3, 5, and 10 because during that 30-year pocket on either side, so many changes happen. So revisit that plan and adjust it and make sure that you're still on the trajectory that you are aiming for at the end game, right? So just keep going toward and building and building and building and getting bigger and better and all those things that you want in your life, because there is no such thing as can't. There just isn't. It's just a matter of figuring out how you can do it for you. So I hope that was helpful. Of course, follow me on Facebook at LP Speak. Follow me on Instagram at LP Speak, and go to my website to get your 10 practices to achieve the habit of happy, and learn about all the wonderful things that we're doing. There's so much coming up. You can go to my podcast on anchor.fm, FM, I think it's FM. And look for the positive side of the bad stuff. It has launched. Yay! So with all that, I say have an amazing week. And until next time, go